This movie is entitled I See You. The other title that is a overseas title is entitled D-Tox, which in fact I think is a better title, personally. I See You makes sense when you watch the movie, like, okay, I see why it's called I See You. But I'm not gonna go too deep into the story. I'll give you a little brief overview and then why I liked it, because I really would like people to watch this. It's a really cool movie. Stallone plays a cop who comes undone after witnessing a brutal scene on the job. Now, he plays an FBI agent. He's on this case where he's trying to nail this serial killer who's been targeting, exclusively cops. The killer has already killed 9 cops. It's not like he just kills them. He's got like a grudge against policemen. He also has a grudge against Malloy for pursuing him during a string of prostitute murders 4 years prior. So he's got this grudge against Malloy, and Malloy can never seem to catch him. He's always one step ahead. He's always trying to get him. The killer finally decides to hit Malloy where it hurts, killing one of Malloy's friends on the force. And he goes to the house where his friend was killed, and the guy calls him and says, "Hey, I'm at your house, asshole," or whatever. And he's like, "What?" And he runs home and he kills his fiance, and really brutally. I'm not going to give away too much because I really want you guys to see it. But he kills her, and there's a really great scene when Stallone finds her and breaks down, and it's just some of the best acting by Sylvester Stallone that I've ever seen. I really felt for his character, and I thought he did a really good job. But we'll get more into that. The grief sends Malloy off the deep end. It causes him to become an alcoholic to the point where he's, bad off. Like, he's drinking. His friend, Detective Hendricks, comes and tries to tell him to go to a rehab facility. He doesn't want to do it. He's just like, "No, I'm not going," pretty much, kind of a thing, a little dialogue they had there, and he shoots this gun in the bar, and everybody's like, "What the hell?" He shoots the gun off in the bar, and he leaves. He gets really drunk. He goes to his old house. He kicks the door in, goes upstairs it's empty, into a empty room, and he cuts his wrists. But, I took it as a cry for help from him, because he knew as an officer that they were going to come because a loud alarm went off when he kicked the door open. And so you see him laying there, he's bleeding, and the cops come. You can hear them coming. But then he ends up in the rehab facility, and it's in Wyoming, in a remote part of Wyoming, really remote. And it's in the middle of winter, so it's snowing, and he's in this clinic that specializes in rehabilitating cops who were, on drugs and alcohol. It's basically rehab, but just for law enforcement. While Malloy participates in group therapy sessions, the patients start dying, and people start getting killed. So they can't figure out. There's not that many people there, so they know that probably one of them is the killer. That's kind of the plot. I don't want to go too far on it because I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it. But basically, people start dying. He's got to figure out what's going on, and all the time while wrestling with his demons and wrestling with the loss of his wife. Basically, that's basically the plot. The movie is directed by Jim Gillespie. Now, his best known movie, you would probably recognize him from I Know What You Did Last Summer. He directed that movie, which is a so-so movie. It's not that great of a movie. I don't know. I mean, this movie is definitely, I think, his best movie. I haven't really seen any of the other ones, but I did see I Know What You Did Last Summer. Good cast. Charles S. Dutton plays Hendricks, Lieutenant Hendricks from the FBI. Polly Walker plays Jenny. She's a nurse and really kind of helps Sylvester Stallone's character, Jake Malloy, along and kind of watches over him. He has a nightmare one time in the middle of the night, and she comes and she gives him some pills to help him sleep, and he asks her, he looks at her and he says, "Will you stay with me for a little bit?" Almost like a little kid, like afraid of the dark, like 2-year-old would ask his mom or something to stay with him or her. And I just really like that part. He looks very, very vulnerable and very kind of down and just really just tragic. But I just really like that part, and he kind of has a relationship with her. Nothing, really becomes of it to where it's this big romantic thing. But he trusts her more than anybody. Kris Kristofferson plays the Doc. Of course, you know him from Blade. He played Whistler. There's a bunch of other characters in the movie. Tom Berenger is in it, which I didn't really like his character that much. If there was one character I didn't like, it was Tom Berenger. I thought the acting he did, it was horrible acting, and I didn't think it was a very good role for him. Stephen Lang plays a brief part in this movie. Now, you'll remember him from Avatar. He plays the Colonel in Avatar, the older guy with the big arms. Everything wants to kill you and eat your eyes for jujubes. That guy. He's in it for a very small time. Robert Patrick is in it. He plays like a cracked out SWAT guy. That's why he's there, and he's awesome as well. And just a great movie, a different movie for Sly. A different movie than I think you'll ever see from Sylvester Stallone, but great, just a great movie. Some of the best acting I've ever seen from him, and you really feel for his character. The surrounding cast, like I said, for the most part, is really good. I like the location where they shot it. It just added for the movie just feels cold, like everything is very dark. Everything is very dark, and everything is very like one color, and it feels very cold. And I like the way it was shot. The editing could be better. They kind of give away. To me, I thought they gave away a little bit. You could see who it kind of was. Maybe you'll notice. Some people have. Some people haven't noticed it. But at the end, when you find out who the killer is, you're kind of like, what? I'm not that surprised. You're not shocked, is what I'm saying. And so it's a murder mystery. I would put this in the category of like a drama / thriller. A little bit of action in it, but more of like a drama thriller mystery. Tad bit of horror because it kind of has a slasher feel, but it's not really a horror movie. I would really put it in the drama / thriller. But a good movie, and like I said, the surrounding cast was good. One of Stallone's best acting jobs. You really feel for his character. You can actually watch this movie on IMDb for free. Like if you go to the page, go to Stallone's page, and then go down to ICU, click on it, and you'll see a trailer on it, and then you'll see you can watch the full movie. I don't know. I got the movie in a 3-pack with Avenging Angelo, which is another Stallone movie that went straight to DVD, and a movie called Hush. Which I will do those two as well eventually. But just a really cool movie, and I had kind of forgotten about it. I actually watched the review of this movie actually on Rambo Wrath for Life's channel, and I was like, I forgot about this movie, and I had it downstairs, and I dusted it off, and I was like, oh, and I watched it, and I was like, this is a sweet movie. Really good movie. Like I said, the editing could have been better, but overall, fantastic movie. Really underrated movie from Stallone, so check it out. Let me know what you guys think if you haven't seen it, and we'll be back.